1 million doses of the COVID-19 vaccine have now left India due to arrive at OR Tambo International Airport this afternoon. Plus, as COVID-19 cases continue to dip significantly, calls are now mounting for the lifting of restrictions insofar as the alcohol ban is concerned, the liquor industry, as one would expect, leading that pack. Let's hone in on one of those headline stories now. The International Relations and Cooperations Department says it's pleased that South Africa has cultivated a good relationship with India, and this has resulted in the securement and the dispatchment of the COVID-19 vaccines from India's Serum Institute. The world's largest manufacturer of vaccines will supply about 1.5 million doses of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine to South Africa. As you now know, the first million doses are due to arrive in this country later this afternoon and another 500,000 later this month. The delivery of the vaccines was overseen by South Africa's Consul-General, that's Andrea Kuhn, from the moment it left Mumbai International Airport yesterday. In fact, Andrea joins us now from Mumbai to give us an idea of how this took place. Andrea, thanks very much for your time and welcome to the program. So I'm sure many people are wondering what this entails. So perhaps let's start with you just taking us back to the moment when these consignments were ready to leave India, headed for South Africa. Did this attract as much public attention as it's getting on our side of the border?
Good morning, Ayanda, and thank you for the invitation to be joining you this morning. Yes, we were present yesterday at Mumbai International Airport cargo terminal when the consignment was getting the latest or the last preparations before being shipped on the Emirates flight to South Africa. Of course, India has been one of the major producers of the COVID vaccine in the world at the moment, have been shipping the COVID vaccine to many of its neighbors and to many other countries. So the news, of course, has been present. We've noted that there have been media reports about the shipment yesterday. But of course, we realize the importance and the significance of the shipment that left yesterday for South Africa. And it was our honor, and we were very proud to represent the South African government at this historic moment, also fully recognizing that we represent government and all those departments that have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to get this deal done, to ensure that this shipment is safe and secure and arrive speedily. We also fully recognize the importance of the shipment as part of the South African government's plan to deal and fight the outbreak of this global pandemic. So we were also very humbled to be present and to be part of this process and to see those 2 pallets being prepared to be shipped and loaded on the flight en route to South Africa.
Right. As representatives of government in India, I'm sure you'll agree that the stakes are incredibly high. What were some of your concerns as this consignment was leaving India and was headed for South Africa?
My concerns with this whole shipment, I must say, there has been excellent work that has been done by both governments, by the government of South Africa in preparing this deal and the shipment. And we've had tremendous support from the government of India also to get this done. Of course, there's been negotiations with the Serum Institute, but as they are one of the major producers of vaccines in the world, we were really impressed with just the precision and the technical advancement of how this process was unfolded yesterday. This cargo terminal at Mumbai International Airport, it is dedicated to ship vaccines. As you know, India has many of the world's vaccine producers, and therefore shipping vaccines is part of their daily life. But it's an extremely technical process to make sure that these vaccines are stored at the right temperature. And of course, each vaccine has its own requirements. So the precision, the professionalism, we were really impressed, and concerns, we were in good hands. The partners that we worked with at the airport, I must say, we didn't engage or encounter any obstacles along the way.
Yeah. All right. Of course, the idea is that this is one of several steps that need to be taken. In fact, we're hearing that 500,000 more vaccines are on their way. What do you know about that leg of the transportation and the relationship between India and South Africa the next time the next batch of vaccines will have to be dispatched?
Sure. The information, of course, that was announced by the Minister of Health in South Africa is that 500,000 of these doses are expected to leave this month for South Africa. The exact timing and the transport arrangements, we will be informed once all the arrangements have been made. And then, of course, there are further shipments that we all know of at this point in time, which included South Africa's consignment that was allocated as part of the COVAX arrangement to South Africa. And then also there's a consignment that's allocated to the African continent. There are also, these vaccines are all from the Serum Institute in India. There are, of course, many other institutes that are also developing, and biotech has received its approval from the government of India and is part of the domestic rollout. But we also expect now in the near future that more of these vaccines will get approval. So what the future holds, we stand ready to assist whenever we're called upon. But yes, you're right, this first shipment of 1 million doses will be followed by many more.
Absolutely. Yeah, please go ahead.
Sure. No, you also asked me about India-South Africa relations. And part of our visit yesterday to the airport was also to express South Africa's appreciation to the government and people of India and also the other stakeholders. So in terms of our relations that are deep, that are solid, that are historic, we find common solutions to common problems. And yesterday was just another example of how we consolidate our relationship and how we work together to deal with these challenges of the day. And we have to commend India also for the enormous work that they are doing in fighting the COVID virus. They've supplied the vaccine to many of their neighbors as part of a grant scheme, and also there's commercial supplying to many other countries. So even the Secretary General of the United Nations earlier last week recognized and lauded India's role in fighting the fight against the COVID virus.
Andrea, on that note, we're going to have to leave it. Thanks very much for your perspective on what is really a big story for us here in South Africa. Appreciate your insight. Andrea Kuhn is the Consul-General for South Africa in India, live to us there from Mumbai.